Hello, my beautiful starseed. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your channel for grace. Let's hop right into your astrology and tarot reading for Leo season of summer 2021. All right, Libra, let us begin with the astrology first. So I'm going to switch over to your chart so we can talk about the major transits that are going to be happening this Leo season and how they're going to be affecting you personally. Very strongly if you have a Libra rising, but also this is a reading for Sun, Moon, and Venus in Libra, and any other planets that you have in some of the energies that I'm going to be talking about will also be affected by these transits. That's how astrology works. So the first thing that we're looking at is, of course, the Sun will be moving into the sign of Leo. This for you is going to be happening in your 11th house of friends and sharing your gifts with the world. This is also the house of networking. This is also the house where you're kind of out there in the public eye. This is no longer like an internal journey within the astrology wheel. This is one of like the outer houses, you would say, where it's not as much of an internal experience as it is an outward expression. And so this whole entire time where the Sun is in Leo, you're going to feel like your friendships and maybe meeting new people, having fun, going out with friends. That's going to be the major energy underlying this entire Leo season. What's also going to happen is we are going to see Venus move into the sign of Virgo right at the beginning of the season. And then later on August 16th, she's going to move into Libra. We'll talk about that in a moment. But first of all, Venus in Virgo is a very particular energy. She's going to highlight your 12th house of divinity. And she is the goddess. And in the 12th house, she sort of embodies the celestial goddess. This is your ruling planet. So it is important to know what Venus is doing during any time of the year. Venus in Virgo is very particular, very picky. She doesn't necessarily like being in the sign of Virgo, but either way, she is activating your house of potential downloads from the universe, potential messages from your spirit guides, connecting to your angels, connecting to your higher self. So this is actually a very beautiful transit as she prepares to move into your first house. So that's another thing that's going to be going on. Mercury is also going to be entering the sign of Leo on July 27th. So what you talk about, how you express yourself and how you communicate is going to be sort of painted by these beautiful colors of your life of friendship. So expect a really active Leo season in terms of friendships and having fun and being playful. Mars also enters the sign of Virgo, which means he enters also into your 12th house on July 29th. And so Mars is our drive. What he's asking you to do, or what he's asking you to take action towards, is your connection to your higher self, your spirituality, your own divinity, energetic practices, meditations, connecting with the unknown, seeing the unseen and hearing the unheard. These are the higher chakras, starting with the third eye and the crown, and then going beyond that into the chakras that are outside the body. Yes, there's chakras outside the body that anchor us to earth and anchor us to the universe. And this is the energy. So this is a very cool activation for you in terms of your drive. You'll be driven to do things in a more hidden way too, because the 12th house does represent the things that are hidden and the things that are beyond the veil. So it is asking you to see beyond the veil. On August 8th, we have I forgot to talk about the full moon in Aquarius that is happening at the beginning of the month. So this is what we start the month with: the duality of the 5th house and 12th and 11th house for you is a big deal this entire month. And there will be 2 full moons in Aquarius. And they're going to be aspecting the house of creativity and passion and having fun, and the house of friendships and sharing your gifts with the world. So it's almost like the first full moon on August 23rd activates your creativity. And then the second full moon sort of completes that beautiful cycle that is only happening very uniquely for this Leo season. So the moon illuminates, so does the sun, but the full moon really heightens sensitivities, heightens your emotional stature or your emotional energy. And because it is the 5th house, this could have to do with romantic relationships. I think it's going to be a fun thing for you because you're going to want to share your experiences and talk about things within your romantic relationships. You're also going to want to listen to your intuition and allow that creative flow, that spark to arrive and stay here for the whole season. The whole 30 degrees that the sun is in the sign of Leo. So coming back to the next thing that happens is we're going to see Venus, your ruling planet, move into the sign of Libra, which means she enters your 1st house. And this is the house of self. This is the house of identity. You get to embody the highest expression of yourself, which is the celestial goddess. Libra is the celestial goddess. Taurus is the earthly goddess, the pandemos goddess. And so as the celestial goddess, you get to embody beauty and art and the aesthetics. And that is so beautiful because you get to enjoy being yourself and being in your own energy, in your own essence. So every time Venus comes into Libra, you're going to feel like, oh yes, like I just want to express the most beautiful aspects of myself. So this is going to be a really good month for you because the Leo energy is really fun for you and the Libra energy is like your strong point. The one I would say maybe challenging aspect that we're going to see is the Uranus retrograde. And Uranus is in your 8th house. So he's been creating and activating a lot of change for you. He's in the sign of Taurus. He's been in here for a long time, but this means that for the last, years, you have been experiencing tower moments and things continue to fall apart because they're meant to come back together in a new way. Uranus is going to go retrograde on August 22nd in your 8th house. And with this specific Uranus retrograde, we will experience a strong need to eliminate any unnecessary complication that hinders our freedom. And this different perspective is going to lead to a huge paradigm shift. Uranus is the planet of freedom. So it is the planet that breaks the chains of everything that makes us feel restrained. It tears down walls, and it is that rebel who eliminates traditions with no shadow of regret, offering a new way towards the future. It is a rebel with a cause and purpose to raise humanity on new paths. And the fact that this energy is happening in your 8th house, which is the house of change and transformation, you may feel it more strongly than any of the other signs. So that reflective energy, that letting go that leads to a new perspective is arriving. And then with the new moon on August 8th that is happening, I'm kind of jumping all over the place here with your reading. I don't know why, but that's what's happening. So we're just going to go with it. I'll recap at the end so we can get the flow of how this all works. But the new moon is in Leo on the Lion's Gate, which is August 8th, is happening in your 11th house of friendships and sharing your gifts with the world. So what you're going to feel is, again, this is a new beginning. That's why I keep saying I feel like there's new friendships coming in and new connections, new networks of people. If you're in network working businesses, this is the month to like work it. This is also the month to shine your light and let in your friendships and let people see who you really are. Because that Venus and Libra transit in your ruling planet, you're going to feel at home within yourself. And then this beautiful, fun, loving, passionate, creative energy of Leo shines a light on all of your friendships. And at the end of the month, we finish with that second full moon in Aquarius in your 5th house, finally completing this beautiful cycle and saying, did you get a chance to really express yourself? Did you get a chance to really shine, your light to the world? Did you get a chance to begin a new journey? And do you feel like you're sharing yourself to the optimum level in your own life? So to make a little recap, we see the sun moving into the sign of Leo at the beginning of the month, while Venus enters the sign of Virgo and activates your 12th house of divinity. The full moon in Aquarius happens in your 5th house of creativity and passion on the 23rd. Mars enters Virgo on the 29th. There's a new moon in Leo on the 8th, while Mercury enters Virgo, which is a transit that's happening in your 12th house. So as he transitions, let's see if I can just delete, there we go. When he transitions to the 12th house, this means that by August 11th, right after that new moon in Leo, you're going to feel the desire to communicate with your spirit guides, channel things from the higher realms. And because on August 11th is also a Venus moon portal, where you'll find the moon also right there along with Venus. This is a beautiful day, like a very romantic energy for relationships. And for you, you are like the sign of relationships. This is the day that you want to take advantage of, go on dates if you're dating, go on like, a date if you're in union, or just spend time, like really loving, beautiful time with your partners or with your partner, unless you have multiple partners. Anyways, that energy is happening on August 11th, and then Venus enters Libra on the 16th, and you feel that beautiful activation of your sense of self. You will feel beautiful. On the 22nd, we see that Uranus retrograde, or on the, I believe it's the 19th. I keep saying the 22nd, but it's actually on the 19th. Anyways, Uranus goes retrograde. This is a long retrograde, so it doesn't really matter on the exact date that it starts, because it lasts for like 6 months. And then the last moon is in the 5th house. So we're seeing the energy of your 1st house of self. These are where you're going to feel the most action this month. So your sense of self and identity, your creativity and your passion, change and transformation in your life, friendships, and then your relationship to God or your relationship to divinity. And that is what is going to be mostly highlighted. Now we're going to hop on over to the cards to see what your spirit guides want to tell you, to add to these energies, to add to this message. All right, Libra, here we go. This is your reading. These are the first 4 basic tarot cards, which give us the basic reading for the energies of this Leo season. I also want to mention that I am diffusing sage in this awesome pilot diffuser from doTERRA, and sage helps to clear the energy and call in our spirit guides, but also get rid of anything that doesn't serve us in this moment so we can get that clear message through. I am also featuring the Leo Oil Essential Blend Roller, which can be found on Chandra Sangat's Etsy shop. There's a link in the description and also in the comments. If you want to connect more with this energy of Leo and Leo season, I highly recommend you check that oil blend out, and it's made with the powerful and very potent doTERRA essential oils, which makes it a very high quality oil. So let's look at the first card. We start your reading with the 4 of Swords. However, this card is, if it wants to focus, this card is in reverse. And when you get the 4 of Swords reversed, this says that you are at a point of exhaustion. You may be feeling very restless. You may even be feeling super stuck. about some kind of situation in your life. And that's leading you to, or actually making you feel indecisive, like you don't know what decision to make, you don't know what direction to go, you don't know what choice to make, you may feel confused. It's just unclear, like the future just seems unclear. And whenever I see those colors of the blue and the red, especially in these swords, I always feel a twin flame energy. So if anyone watching this video is on a twin flame journey, this could be talking about that relationship. We move on to the next card, which is actually also in reverse. You get 2 reverse cards and 1 upright, but this is the 3 of Cups in reversed. And when you get the 3 of Cups in reverse, it means that there's some kind of disloyal energy, like someone's being disloyal, someone's betraying you, and someone could be, it may not be betrayal, but it could be that you're feeling some kind of rejection. You're feeling rejected by, whoever this person is. And that's why all of this, you're exhausted, you're confused, you don't know what decision to make. And a lot of it also has to do with, this is the 4 of Wands, which is also in reverse, which is, it's causing a lot of tension. And it could be very much related to your relationships. I mean, this is Libra energy. So it's causing a lot of tension because there's been a lot of change in your life and there's been a lot of transition. And so what you're experiencing right now is that you do feel exhausted. You're not really sure what decision to make. You're feeling rejected and it's causing tension. And it could be because of so much change and so much transition. It's just creating a confusing environment. What we're going to do is add more cards to this initial 4 so we get a better idea of what to do with this energy for this Leo season. So the first card that we pull, which is the animal spirit card for you, is the butterfly. And the reason why I love this card for you is because the butterfly is all about transformation. But what it reminds us of is that even though there's a lot of change happening, the change is because there is a transmutation. The butterfly becomes a butterfly through this very gruesome process where the caterpillar basically eats itself, destroys itself. Its own cells begin to eat itself, and it completely changes into a completely new energy, and the butterfly emerges. It's almost like an alien being arrives. And this is about beauty as well. This is also about freedom. And the card itself says, if you can see it, if it wants to focus here on the words, there we go. It says the soul, the soul. And so this is about you becoming, what's the word I'm looking for? Unbound, forever unbound. Whatever the situation is that's causing you to feel bound by the past, because the caterpillar story of becoming the butterfly is very much related to the caterpillar is the karmic past and the old habits and old stories, and the butterfly is the completely new you, the completely new life. So you have to look forward at where this is going, because if you keep looking back, it's gonna be overwhelming, and you're just gonna keep being stuck in this initial energy of these first 4 cards. You also get the Oak Creek card. What I love about this is that it's a river. And this reminds me of the famous words from the Pocahontas movie where she sings about the river, and she says, the thing that she loves about rivers most is that you can't step in the same river twice. You can't get it wrong. There's always something new arriving, and that is supported. You are supported by the feminine energy and your intuition. This card also reminds me of the energy of Venus, where she is going to be in your sign this month, which means that she's bringing a lot of backing. She's bringing a lot of support for you as you transition into a new energy. We also get the card of Manifesta. from the Beyond Lemuria cards, and this is about manifestation. You are manifesting a whole new energy. This is about sowing the seeds of your dreams, creating your reality, trusting what you desire is already happening, making magic making and pollinating your wishes, as above so below. This is telling you, like, almost like, be careful what you wish for. Oops, and I just dropped the book. Be careful what you wish for, and be careful what you are creating and what you're focusing on. We connect with our ancestors and our starseed families through the sacred sites cards. I pulled one card for you from this deck, and it is the Thunderbird or Thunderhead card, which is the energy focus of wisdom. It's about trusting your own wisdom. Today is a good day to die, were the famous words of Crazy Horse, legendary war leader of the Ogallala Lakota. This card calls on you to be fearless in the face of adversity. In the past, have you let fear govern your actions? Has it prevented you from taking risks or trying new things? The power symbol on this card is the sacred hoop of the Lakota, depicting the never-ending cycle of life. On the card, behold Thunderbird Mountain in the center of the card, in the Black Hills of South Dakota, from which the world's largest unfinished sculpture is carved. Crazy Horse on horseback points southeast over the lands where many of his people lie buried. In 1939, the Lakota elders asked Polish-American sculptor Korczak Ziolkowski to construct a fitting memorial for this hero and custodian of these lands. The project was to consume the artist's whole life. He refused millions of dollars in federal funding to complete the statue, saying this would compromise the site. Which of your projects are still uncompleted? Have you been distracted, or did you run out of funds? This card reminds you to never give up. White buffalo calf woman on the top, also called Wakan woman, Wokbi, mother of life, mother superior, offers you the Chanupa Wakan, the sacred pipe of the Lakota Sioux. Smoking this gives access to tribal traditions, such as storytelling and sacred visions that demonstrate the great responsibility that comes with walking the fearless path. Do you fear a connection? Do you feel a connection to Crazy Horse, this earthly, visionary, and warrior, or to White Buffalo Calf Woman and her goddess-like creative powers? The feathers on the card indicate that much remains for you to experience, and the opportunities to do so will present themselves soon. The sun behind White Buffalo Calf Woman denotes travel. Reconnect with the Aboriginal people of your chosen land and strengthen your bond with the sacred wheel of life. You must follow your vision, regardless of the perceived dangers that lie ahead. Such a beautiful and powerful message for you. This is an energy of prayer. Remember to pray. Remember to be in your sacred space as you are going through these very powerful changes. I'm going to shuffle these Starseed Oracle cards and pull 3 of them for you. And as I do, I want to remind you guys to make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, especially if you are new. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. Check out my free moon astrology guide, which you can download for free on the link below in the description. This is going to tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign, and it enters you into my email list. So you get to receive a weekly moon magic report, which tells you the horoscope and the astrology for the entire week. If you want a personal reading, there's links in the description, or go to my website, channelforgrace.guru, and then in the description you'll find all other links to important information and offerings and all news of the channel. Here we go. This is what we got. I love this card. I think this is one of my favorite cards from this deck. Lifting the veil. Question everything. Anything unaligned must go. What a beautiful message to sum up what to do with this kind of gnarly energy that you are experiencing as we begin this season. Surrender to the sweetness. I love that. Venus energy. Whoa. Pleasure, joy, make love to life. What a beautiful card for you, Libra. I love this. Oh my God. This is amazing. And then the last card is wait, meaning give yourself some time. Don't act impulsively. It's not time yet because things are being woven. Ooh, and you can see the beautiful image of the galaxy here. And she's kind of on the edge of the galaxy. This is also a message for all you star seeds out there. So these are the cards. This is the message. How beautiful to end with these three powerful starseed oracle cards. Thank you again so much for watching this video. I hope you have a beautiful Leo season, and I will see you again soon on the channel.